Palawan, the longest island in the Philippines. It has a lot of neat features too. Probably the biggest attraction is in Puerto Princesa, the underground river. At over 25 kilometers long, about 4.3 of that navigable by boat. It was reputed in 2010 to be the largest underground river in the world. Makes a great tourist attraction. Me and Jenny decided to go check this out. See a lot of nature and stuff along the way. And there was this one trail. Had to be very careful not to show food on that trail, because right off of this walkway there were tons of monkeys that if they saw anything resembling food, they would just swoop down and take it. I mean, even like rip the bag off of a person's back if they thought there was something in there. Here we've arrived and we're taking a boat trip right to the entrance of the cave. Inside, you obviously can't really use flashes, it would be too distracting to other people, and it's a cave, so it's pitch dark. Right behind us is the guide. The guide sits like a tiller, it's kind of like a pole boat. And as he pushes us along, has a flashlight on the forehead, so is able to point out the different formations. There are a lot of great formations in there, but since we weren't able to get pictures of them, just a lot of memories. Here you can see one of the tillers off to the side there. Our guide is taking a picture of us right after we docked the boat. We had just finished the tour at this point. I know that wasn't a great amount of detail about it, but I do highly recommend. It's got one of the Italian cavern, I think it is almost 2.5 million square feet with about a 1,100-foot ceiling. One of the largest cave rooms in the world. And their formations were just outstanding. Day 2. As you can see, we had a pretty busy day. We started early, so we were both a little tired. Due to the cost of trikes, this is a touristy area in Puerto Princesa. It was cheaper just to spend the 500-600 pesos and just rent a single for the day and try to do as much as we possibly could. Palawan Massacre Memorial, the museum, and the waterfront were pretty local in the town we were staying in, so less than a kilometer from this place here. This is right outside of our motel. The other 3 we had to drive for a while, especially the Firefly. That was quite a ride. Now, Palawan Massacre was a historic event with the Japanese where the Philippine kind of saved some Americans' asses. Had a lot of plaques there, some statues, gardens, and these interesting little buggies. Museum had a lot of weird historic things. Obviously, I should learn to take better and more pictures, but I can't remember even what most of these things were. There's a lot of like native things and other stuff. It was really cool for like native history. The waterfront. Waterfront's more designed for like late night kind of stuff. They got a lot of tents and food vendors and whatnot. Right here, you can kind of see where they have like jet ski pull-offs. It was a neat place. And of course, the Crocodile Farm. This is pretty impressive. Had a lot of neat things. This is an actual skeleton there, so these crocodiles get pretty big. I'm not sure if that's the skin of the same crocodile or not. They all die of natural causes, don't worry. Lots of photo opportunities here. Even I get in on the fun. I wasn't so daring, but Jenny actually held a little baby crocodile. As you can see, she's a little apprehensive too, but she did actually go through with it. Santa Croc.
Is estimated na to be 60 years old, 17 feet. Again po, 60 years old na po itong si Makmak. Mas active po talaga po sila sa gabi. While they're blending on their environment, camouflage po ang tawag.
No.
Yeah, they get pretty big. We just took the bridge over. They had a couple of live ones. They keep in different cages. As most places in the Philippines, I don't fit under signs and in other places, so I stand to the side. This is at the butterfly sanctuary. They have a lot of weird bugs over there too. But it being a different country and also in a totally different climate than from where I'm used to in North America, this is not surprising. These are like giant millipede sort of like things. There's some decorations they have walking through. More photo opportunity. The Butterfly Sanctuary also has a thing where the natives of Palawan, they come down for a week or two out of the year, and they take turns who comes down. It's not always the same person. And they'll have, like, you can see in this guy's belt here, he's got like, it's actually a blow dart thing they make. Yeah. They use that for hunting and other such. They gave demonstrations too of like hitting targets. Here they're just showing one of their pet pythons, I think. And yet another photo op. They also make their own instruments. Like it's sort of like a 1 or 2 string guitar, kind of a cross between that and like Mongolian horsehead fiddle, sort of. Yeah, it was a pretty neat experience. These guys are just the real bushmen. I mean, they're always barefoot. They even put out like the fire with their feet. You know, they give demonstrations too of how they do that with just a couple of leaves and spark the thing together. And that's a neat bit of history. Again, Jenny being a little more daring than me did a zip line. I kind of chickened out. No, still not very great with heights. So I settled for eating crocodile seasick. How often do you really get crocodile? So I figure, well, while I'm there, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. And then a long, long ride. It was like almost 25, 30 minutes at least one way just to get there. Doesn't sound like much, but after a full day on a single, I mean, I know Jenny was really worn out from driving the thing, and my ass took a pounding because I'm not used to sitting on it. But it was worth it. This place is pretty neat. They had, like, you get in boats, these little, it's like a little smaller version of what you saw on the Underground tour. And in this case, it was only me and Jenny in there, so it's like personalized tours. And they drive you around this little lake, same kind of thing, like, you know, I don't know if it was a pole or an oar, but nice, slow, like maybe hour or so going around. They have like laser lights. They shine up in the trees, and the fireflies will light up when they do that. They get very bright. Again, it wasn't something that showed up really good on photos, so it's kind of have to go and experience in person kind of thing, or find somebody with better digital cameras. Day 3, we decided to go island hopping. Returned to single and went down to find a driver to give us a tour. any aspect of going on more of a budget adventure instead of on the tourist package, we opted for just going down to where the drivers were, the boat operators, the captains, and to find our own captain and boat to take us on a tour. It's a little cheaper that way, a little more of a pain to get everything all done, but it was worth it and interesting experience. Cowrie was one of the more popular islands there. Yes, we were all very happy. They gave us lots of photo opportunities there. A lot of good memories. And multiple stops along the way. This is actually just a floating dock kind of in the middle of a lake. I think this one, if I remember right, it was kind of the wrong time of year and the way the currents were. It was so muddy, you really couldn't see much. We were doing the snorkeling. However, what we're looking at is down about 30 feet or more, so it's any kind of mud at all makes it really hard to see. Then we did one or two other islands. One of them had these huge starfish. It was really shallow. I mean, you're only like maybe a meter or two above the bottom. But it was pretty cool. You get to just go around and see these like gigantic starfish every here and there. But that was pretty neat. Another one had like this big, kind of like the Blob on one of those, the Heavyweights movie with the big kids, where you just jump off and go boom, bounce into the air. Another one like a diving platform. Good places just to go swimming and relax, you know. Yes. Puerto Princesa was definitely fun. I enjoyed our stay there. I do highly recommend going.